Hello, fellow e-commerce founders. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can scale your brand so fast it feels illegal, okay? And here's a little proof. First of all, I'm a brand owner by myself, right? So I run multiple e-commerce brands. I coach and consult many others, many other e-commerce brand founders, just like you. But here, just a little proof. So over the last 90 days, I made 2.2 million euros with one of these stores. Okay, here, refresh so that you can see this is real, this is not fake. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the old way, right, of what most of the brands are still doing, but what is not delivering any results and why it doesn't work. And then also the new way, right? So what is working in my brands, what is working in all the other brands that I teach these principles, and you will be able to recreate that step by step, okay? So let's jump right in with the old way. So what I see a lot of brands do is actually wasting a lot of time. And we're talking about speed in this video, right? We're talking about speed and scale so fast it feels illegal. So what I see a lot of brands doing is just trying to get on every single platform, trying to post beautiful content every single day on all of these platforms, right? Because the organic stuff is so important, right? So they start posting on Pinterest, they start posting on Facebook, on IG. Then they have a little bit of a Google ad set up, potentially. Then they start posting on TikTok, right? So number one, there's no real clarity on where to start, where to post, what to do. So they just start out and do a bunch of stuff at the same time, okay? This is already, you're losing a bunch of focus. Let me see if I can make this pen here work. Before it worked. Well, if not, doesn't matter. Let's go back to the fingers. Okay, so here, essentially, people try to post here. So this takes you a lot of time, okay? This takes you a lot of time. This is just immense investment for very little to no outcome, okay? So that's already the first thing. They are spreading themselves too thin, right? They're trying to crack multiple things at the same time, but nothing is really in depth, right? So you have a bunch of nothing after a couple of months, and you're putting in a lot of effort, which I know that from my experience, but then there's no real outcome to that, okay? So then one buzzword that I hear a lot of times is brand awareness, okay? So essentially when you look at like a funnel, okay, this is just like a regular funnel. At the end of the day, people purchase your product. And this is what people talk about a lot, especially, brand founders. They're talking a lot about, yeah, we just need to have more brand awareness. Okay, we need to focus more on brand awareness. So what is this brand awareness? Okay, so there are different types of awareness in my experience, right? So there's awareness that is just like, okay, some random people know about your brand. Yes, this is also brand awareness. Or people that are in your target audience and have a real intention to buy, know your brand. Those are two different things, okay? And this gets confused too many times, right? So when I ask brand founders, okay, well, what is it that you mean with brand awareness? Yeah, I'm running brand awareness campaigns on Facebook, right? So I'm just to get the brand out and, get some more attention. And then the next thing is, yeah, traffic. Okay, so yeah, just to get more traffic to my site. Those are really, really dangerous buzzwords, and I want to save you from them. And if you're using these words, please stop to focus on that. I will show you a better way, trust me. But this is really a sure way to lose a bunch of time and a bunch of money and potentially risk that your brand is never going to take off, okay? So those are all beautiful things to say when it comes to brand awareness and traffic, but most of the time they are resulting in zero sales in your Shopify. And this is everything that counts, okay? So this is where I'm getting like a little bit agitated. You might tell, but it's, you're working so hard to get your products done. It's a struggle. Just this alone is like a whole journey to get your products formulated the right way, to have everything fit, like the product working, the first couple of production mistakes, whatever, all of that. And then people are just wasting time with this stuff, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Because then the next thing is you might think, okay, well, now we put so much traffic on the site, but nobody's buying. It's a conversion rate issue. Okay, so then that's the next thing, conversion rate. Okay, and then of course, if you're talking to somebody that builds Shopify stores, they will tell you, oh well, we have to rebuild your whole store, right? You need to have a brand new shop, new redesign, yada yada yada. Okay, then it can work, and then the conversion rate can be better. I've heard this so many times, and it's just completely wrong. It's just completely wrong. Why? You might be asking, because the mistake in the beginning is no focus, number one, and then if there's focus, for example, let's say on brand awareness, it's just the complete wrong focus, right? They're focusing on the wrong stuff. It's not about just having traffic and having brand awareness. We want to sell our products. This is our goal, right? And the best way, obviously, is to do it with having relevant awareness in my target audience and then directly converting them, okay? We don't play this game of like, yeah, there's a touch point and there might be like 7 or 10 touch points over the next 6 months. Like, this is the way that billion dollar companies can allow themselves to think. Okay, they can say this stuff, they can make studies, they can pay, I don't know, like a McKinsey or whatever, to analyze their touch points and stuff like that. But this is not applicable to us. Yes, there might be multiple touch points, but we have to work with the mindset of converting people on the first touch point. Okay, even if it's not possible always, this has to be our mindset, because we don't know if we will ever get a touch point with that person. Okay? So the new way is highly simplified, which is Meta ads and Google ads. I'm not talking about organic. I'm not talking about anything else. Organic can be interesting. I'm not saying it's not working, but it's very unpredictable, right? So you might hit a home run, have a viral video on one day, then you sell out, and then you reorder stock, but then 2 months later, you will not hit a viral video again. Very unpredictable, okay? So the only unpredictable way is to have Meta ads and Google ads. What's the role of these two? Meta ads is clearly the push channel, okay? This is the push channel where we purposefully purchase attention, but not just any attention. Don't do any brand awareness campaigns or traffic campaigns. This is what a lot of agencies tell people to do. It's a complete waste of your money. We don't want just attention. We want people that are ready to buy, okay? Ready to purchase. So here, this is obviously, I'm not going to go into detail here, but this is always a purchase campaign, right? We're always optimizing for purchase. We don't want anything else, okay? So now we have our push channel. This is where we push people into our funnel and obviously convert them right away. I will show you how in the next couple of minutes. And then we have Google, just to make sure that we capture everything, right? So here, very simplified, this is Facebook and this is Google, okay? So on Facebook, we make sure that we push people into our funnel, obviously directly convert people, but then also on Google, we make sure that we capture our brand, right? It's a very simple brand campaign, maybe a PMax that also includes the brand, right? Just to make sure that we capture all of the attention that we created on Meta, and we basically have our pull channel, okay? This is everything you need to get to 1 million a month. No exaggeration. I'm saying that because I'm doing it myself, And I have, I've successfully coached brands to get to exactly that with this exact setup that I'm sharing with you. There's nothing, like there's no more magic to it than that, okay? So once you have these two channels, then it's about, okay, how do I actually make this work? And this is actually more relevant for Meta. So I'm going to mainly talk about this because the Google setup is very simple, okay? For now, there are more complex setups. We only focus on this. Meta ads, what you want to do is you want to research and validate angles. I have a couple of other videos where I talk about this highly important thing, right? You cannot miss this. You cannot just go out there and like throw a bunch of ads at Facebook and hope and pray something is working. So you definitely want to validate different angles, research them, and then go double down on the angles that show the most potential. And then obviously what fuels this is that every single week, and this is what I say also to all my clients, do at least 3 net new creative batches, okay? So this means every single week you're going to put in 3 net new batches of creatives, right? Not just like iterations, this is on top, but you want to have new concepts that you launch into your ad account that are based on research and within validated angles, okay? Next thing is you want to send these people to an education and trust funnel, okay? So this is, again, I talk about this in many other videos. I'm not going to go into detail here, but essentially it's something like a listicle, okay? Very simple, 5 reasons why this product does XYZ or solves problem XYZ. Or it's an advertorial that's a little bit more long form. Anyways, to keep it short, you want to send them to something where they learn about your product, they learn about your brand, and they can actually trust your brand, right? And trust your product and trust that it delivers results, okay? This type of asset is something that you will need in order to scale more profitably. Then, what you will sell them then is an irresistible front-end offer, okay? Again, I have videos that I talk about that, and it's so crucial because we have to, like, we don't want to wait for multiple touch points over the next couple of months. We don't have time for that. I mean, most likely you don't have the budget for that. Nobody has, really, unless you're backed by, I don't know, some kind of VC, but still then, I would still do it this way. So an irresistible front-end offer, to break it down, means the value for the customer is bigger than the price. Okay? Very simple. Make sure that you make them an offer that is so good they would be stupid saying no to, right? And obviously an offer that helps them solve their pain point, why we attracted them in the first place, okay? Again, very straightforward. Then the only thing left to do is just to weekly scale your budgets. And that's something where I say like 20 to 30% per week, one time per week. If it's going amazingly well, you know your numbers, and you're like just way above the target performance, then you just do this 2 times per week, okay? That's it. And as long as you do this continuously, as long as you put in more creatives that are validated, obviously test different education funnels and trust funnels, and have your irresistible offer dialed in, this or something similar to that could be the result, okay? And this is like, those are brands that, you know, they start maybe with 40K, 50K per month, right? Or 100K per month. And they try to go to 500K to $1 million a month. Others go from 5K to 30K or 50K, from 10K to 100K. It's always the same kind of step-by-step process. And this is exactly the one that I shared with you. It's the one that is the fastest. It's definitely not this stuff here, which a lot of people are trapped into. So if you really seriously want to scale your e-commerce brand, make sure to follow these steps. Check out the other videos on my channel where I share more in-depth strategies on each of these points. And make sure to subscribe. I upload 2 videos per week where I share stuff like this and in-depth theory and practice, so really stuff that works currently. If you want more, let's say mentorship, more guidance on your specific case, that's what I do in my mentoring. So for that, just hit the first link in the description. Watch the video where I explain who I help, how I help. Click to book a call and apply to work with me. So yeah, and then I can tell you if and how I could help you. So looking forward to that. Hope you enjoyed it and see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.